It's time for Bull Sessions, brought to you by Leroy Seed, your weekly hour-long excursion into all things agricultural, from farming to livestock, soil to seed, equipment to rural life. Now here's your hosts, Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Bull Sessions is back on the air. Bradley's here. Miles is here. We got a guest in the studio today. Who is it?
It is a guy that knows a little bit about milk. Mm-hmm. He knows a little bit about cheese.
Mm-hmm.
He
knows a little bit about a lot out there. Have you ever been out there?
No, I have not.
We're going to have in the studio here in the second segment, Leroy Shatto from the Shatto Dairy.
That Shatto stuff just sounds yummy.
That qualifies for farming, right?
It does, yes. We like our milk. We like our cheese.
I got a lot of stuff I want to ask him.
Okay.
So, how'd your week go?
Well,
good week?
I was so stressed out, but I found a way to... Stressed. I found a way to channel my stress into something productive.
You did?
I put it in, all my effort went into making the list for you, and that just helped me. I felt so much better after making the list that it just relieved all my stress, Randy.
What, did Miles read your list? Did he proofread this before we get started? I don't know if it's arable.
Well, we'll find out after the fact if it's arable, Randy.
Be ready, Miles.
He'll have his finger on the bleep button.
He's dangerous.
I am. A mind is a dangerous thing to waste.
We've got Brad's list. Again, Leroy Shatto coming up. Our Lady in Ag, Focus on the Farmer. What more else can we squeeze in? Oh, you got the bean of the week?
We got the bean of the week. You got your Bible verse.
I got a Bible verse.
Yes.
At the end, yes. We got
lots of good
YouTube.
stuff.
YouTube. We got Facebook. We got phone numbers, emails.
Yes, if people want to send us something, it's bull@willcross.net.
Mm-hmm.
We got some emails in on that, so that was pretty cool.
It's cool.
And I got them responded to before Randy deleted them.
Swiper, no swiping.
Swiper, no swiping on the iPhone. So
no, I don't know. We may have to do 2 hours for long, Miles. All this stuff.
Oh, all good stuff.
Bradley's getting us into, but it's all good. And so I guess we better get started.
All right, let's roll.
Pestering Brad's list. We need to get a drum roll one of these days, Miles, for this guy.
We were working on it, and my undergraduate degree is in marketing, Randy.
Yes,
you remember that?
I do.
And we were trying to think of, ways to get free publicity. And one way to do that is to do a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. And since you are the general manager at Leroy Seed in King City,
I am the bottom of the totem pole.
That put you as the focal person of who would do the most benefit of why people would see a publicity stunt.
Mm-hmm. And this list is going a direction I don't know that I'm going to be comfortable with.
Well, it's too late. We're already here and rolling. So I thought of list of possible publicity stunts that we could do. Featuring Randy.
Now I got to stop you a minute. Been talking to Libby some and all, and we want to do a fundraiser. We're thinking for the Noise Home this summer. I just start get people to think about that. We want to do something big, but I don't think this is going to be part of that.
And here's what we're going to do. We're going to have this list, and then we're going to focus you to go over onto Facebook and vote to see which one of these you guys think is the best on our Facebook page. That's at Willcross Bull Sessions on Facebook. So I'm going to roll into it.
Okay.
Very first one is this fall, I helped you plant some trees, and you showed up wearing this black cowboy hat, and I found that very hilarious and almost keeled over in the bobcat laughing so hard.
You mean when we was planting trees at my place?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I was thinking, with your big
hat.
cowboy hat, maybe you could do some bronc riding for charity.
Bronc riding for charity.
Cowboy up, Randy.
A 59-year-old man bronc riding.
And people would pay to see that.
You really like me, don't you, Bradley?
I do. Now, we pulled, and since I know you well, I did some digging, and I found out that you used to work construction and lay in block, and you had to have all this climbing gear for OSHA and safety.
Yeah.
Well, when we added some bins up at the seed house, we had this huge crane. Okay. Yeah. And they had a big hook on that, and this climbing gear has a place for a hook.
Uh-huh.
So what I wanted to do is we wanted to hook you up to that big crane. Mm-hmm. All right. Then for $10 a foot, we'd raise you up. But once we got up to 10 foot, it became $100 a foot.
Really?
So then we could beam you up. And the higher you got, the more money you could raise for charity. But we'd have a safety, with all the harnesses and a double harness and whatnot. And if they can pick up a bin or a grain leg, they can surely pick you up.
Yeah.
But then we were going to add a second level to that.
Who's the operator?
Oh, we'd get somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
okay.
It didn't take much. You just got to go up. But for $150, they could whip the cord and shake you back and forth.
Wouldn't that be funny and entertaining and dangerous?
If we got to the top of that, we didn't want to run out of possibilities.
Oh, boy.
And then the other day, you showed up wearing your black leather jacket.
It was just a regular black leather jacket.
It was a motorcycle jacket.
No, it was not.
It said something, about some biker gang or something.
Why are you lying to all these people?
But it made me think of Evel Knievel. Okay, so did you know he attempted a jump at the Caesar's Palace that kind of made him pretty famous? It was 141 feet. He didn't make it. He crashed, but he got a lot of publicity from it.
This is encouraging.
Okay. Did you know that 141 feet would take about 40 pallets of Willcross soybeans?
You've mapped this out.
Yes,
and
I
done the
talked to
math.
Mikey, and he told me what a pallet measured, and we could line up all them pallets of soybeans and have you ramp it on the motorcycle.
I can't even drive a motorcycle.
Well, you better start practicing now if we're going to do this summer. Okay, now you remember my good buddy Zach Watts?
I do.
He's territorial manager for us over around Chillicothe and down to Brunswick and Dalton and all those good areas.
Doing a wonderful job.
Well, we were talking about our Facebook page, but I saw a deal on Facebook that Zach shared with me that was a guy jumping out of an airplane skydiving with no parachute on. And he landed in this big net, and he walked away from it out without being injured.
I'm glad he did that.
And I'm thinking, if that guy can do it, Randy Baker can do it.
No, he
Randy
can't.
can do anything he sets his mind to.
No,
because Randy Baker is awesome.
He's busy selling seed right now.
Okay. Now,
Oh, my.
here's this other deal. You ever see those? This would be kind of interesting. This would take a little bit of a challenge. We take a group of about 15 guys, circle them around you, blindfold you, and each of them has a taser, and one of them gets to tase you.
Yeah.
And then when you come to, you've got to guess which one tased you.
Miles, what could you find a replacement here? I'm not thinking this is working.
It's for charity.
It's for charity, Randy. And then
So
you're
on his side.
You could keep going, and round two, if you didn't get it right, you could try again, and that guy would come out, and then it'd only be 14. And we could see if, then people could, make a donation, say, well, we'll donate this much if Randy will go for another round.
With a taser.
Yeah, they tase people all the time.
I don't even want to do a hot shot. A cattle. No, Bradley. No,
Okay.
that's
then,
out.
Then we could do it. What about a dunking booth? Where we could accept checks, credit cards, fall payment options, and take farm plan.
On a dunking booth. And me in it.
And then my final thought
I'm not.
was we could do a Houdini escape. We could put you in a straitjacket, set you in the bottom of a hopper bottom trailer.
Okay.
And then we'd have two guys with pallets of soybeans on each side of that hopper bottom.
I get a little claustrophobic. I don't think the straitjacket will work.
Well, this is for charity, remember?
Okay.
And they will dump bags, 50-pound bags of Willcross 7379s in there. You know those ones with 165,000?
I do.
All those little beans would be being dumped in, and you're trying to escape the straitjacket and climb out of that hopper bottom before they buried you in the trailer.
Who puts the straitjacket on? You?
Well, you would be wearing the straitjacket.
No, but who's putting it on me? You?
No. I'd want it to be somebody professional.
You're
like
managing all this,
like our
right?
comp doctor, like Mont.
That's good.
So remember, check out the Facebook page and vote for which one you like the best.
Yeah. We're going to have to take a little break here for a minute. We're going to come back with Leroy Shatto, Lady in Ag, Focus on the Farmer.
Yes, our Bean of the Week.
Our Bean of the Week. We got a lot going on. When we come back to Bull Sessions on 680 KFEQ.